this is Hannah from Wonderful Woodlands, and today we're going to learn a garter stitch. So like the stockinette stitch, the garter stitch itself is not actually a stitch, despite the name, but it's a collection of stitches. So it's how you work your knit and your purl stitches. And what's really easy about a garter stitch when you're first learning is that it only uses knit stitches, which is really nice, so you don't even have to know a purl stitch yet. So I'll give a link to our how to do a knit stitch video in case you haven't done that one yet. But once you're comfortable doing a knit stitch, then we can understand how combining our knit stitches creates a garter stitch versus a stockinette stitch. So I have cast on 10 stitches here and I've worked one row of knit stitches. So if we were going for a stockinette stitch, normally this would become the right side of our work and these purl bumps on the back would become the wrong side of our work. However, in a garter stitch, when we flip our work over and we get to these bumps, we're gonna knit again instead of purling. So let's knit a row here and we'll see how this stitch starts to look for us. So we're gonna work a full row of knit stitches just all the way across here. Perfect. So unlike a stockinette stitch, a garter side doesn't have a right side and a wrong side, but it ends up looking the same on both sides. We see it starting to develop here, and then when we flip it over, we can see we have another row of purl bumps here. So let's do one more row, because after we do 2 or 3 rows, it starts to be a little bit more obvious what this looks like. And then I'm going to give you a picture in a minute of a full piece of work so you can compare a stockinette stitch and a garter stitch side by side. But we're going to do our second row of knit stitches here. Okay, so we can see we have another row here, and on the back here, this is really what the garter stitch is going to start to look like. So this was our last row, and then we have this row here. So a garter stitch really creates some horizontal stripes for you, just a little bit. So that is how you work a garter stitch on straight needles. Every time you flip your work over, you're just going to keep on knitting. It is so simple.